Okay, so graphing in Excel, you first need to make sure you have some data to graph. I pulled this directly from the one of the labs that I had the students do. And I'm going to select the area that I want to graph, and I just clicked on one of the boxes. I'm using my shift button and my arrow keys to select the area. Then you go to insert. This type of data I would want to use a scatter plot with, so I click on the drop down box to see what type of scatter plot I want. I want this type of scatter plot, and then you can enlarge it. And now you can start manipulating. One thing I like is it automatically has 0, 0 there on the axis. You don't have to tell it to do that. You click on the chart title, let you type in the title. If you clicked on the headings of the boxes, it would attempt to put in a title, but I don't like the title that it tries to put in. It doesn't, if you click on if you included the two column headings, it doesn't put them in for labels, which, it really should, but it doesn't. That's okay. I'll show you how to do that. Go to Add Chart Element up here in the top left. Add Axis Titles, Primary Horizontal. So that's going to be this one. Let's just put in there Mass. Now there is a way to select that cell to tell it to put it in there, but by the time I figure out how to do that, I can type it in, so I don't. Primary Vertical. Here I want to use my right and left arrow keys, but you have to use your up and down keys, which is, or turn your head and you still do it wrong. So we have weight in newtons. Okay, so there's our titles and axis labels with units. So right click on a dot, any one of the points. Let me get out of here. Right click on any one of the data points. And then you can add a trend line, which is the same thing as a best fit type of line. It asks you what type you want. I don't know if it automatically defaults to linear or if it defaulted to linear because it knows this is a very good linear fit. But linear is fine. One thing I don't like, it doesn't extend it or extrapolate it on down to show you the y-intercept. And maybe it would. Maybe there's a way to do that. I guess right here you could forecast, maybe. I don't know. I haven't ever tried it. It might be something you can mess with. I do want to display the equation on the chart. So now that the equation is displayed, you can actually click on the equation and change it. So what we want here on the y-axis is weight. The symbol for weight is F with a subscript G. So to get the subscript, we have to go to Home button, go to Font, this little drop down extra options, and click on subscript. Then we can put the G in there. You would have to toggle it back off if you wanted to type more there. I want parentheses around this, and I'm going to round this. You don't have to round it. You can. It would probably look better if I did. Let's round it to 9.75. The units are newtons per kilogram. And then on the x-axis is the mass. So I'll take that x out, put an m there. That y-intercept is so small, I'm just going to ignore it. Okay. So that gets our equation. We can move it around. If you don't like it there, you want it here, that's fine, wherever you want it. You could even enlarge the font if you want to. There's ways to do that. Like if I want this to have a larger font so it's easier to see, I can select it all and go up here and tell it I want that to be like 12 font, so it's bigger. And that's the equation of our best fit line. So how do you put this over on your document? Well, you just click on the graph, hit Control-C or right-click, copy, and then paste it into your document. Either way. I like Control-C, it's just faster. Anytime I don't have to move my mouse around and click, and I can use a keystroke that I use over and over again, I'll always do that. But I'm a little old school, where everything for the longest part of my life was all text-driven in fields without a mouse at all. All right, hope this helps you get your graphs onto your lab using Excel.